Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We will be reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya Lila, chapter number 6, the meeting of Sri Chaitanya Mahāprabhu and Raghunātha Gosvāmī. Mukham karoti vachalam pangum lakhayate girim yat kripatamam bande Shri Gurum Deen Tarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hari Om Tat Sat. A summary of this chapter is given by Bhaktivinoda Thakur in his Amrit Pravah Bhashya as follows. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went into transcendental fits of ecstatic love, Ramananda Rai and Swarup Damodar Goswami attended to him and satisfied him as he desired. Raghunātha Das Goswami had been attempting to come to the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for a long time, and finally he left his home and met the Lord. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had gone to Shantipur on his way to Vrindavan, Raghunātha Das Goswami had offered to dedicate his life at the Lord's lotus feet. In the meantime, however, a Muslim official became envious of Hiranyadas, Raghunātha Das Goswami's uncle, and induced some big official court minister to have him arrested. Thus Hiranyadas left his home. But by the intelligence of Raghunātha Das, the misunderstanding was mitigated. Then Raghunātha Das went to Panihati, and following the order of Nityananda Prabhu, he observed a festival Chida Dahi Mahotsav by distributing chipped rice mixed with yogurt. The next day after the festival, Nityananda Prabhu gave Raghunātha Das the blessing that he would very soon attain the shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. After this incident, Raghunātha Das, with the help of his priest, whose name was Yadunandan Acharya, got out of his house by trickery and thus ran away. Not touching the general path, Raghunātha Das Goswami secretly went to Jagannath Puri. After 12 days, he arrived in Jagannath Puri at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu entrusted Raghunātha Das Goswami to Swarup Damodar Goswami. Therefore, another name for Raghunātha Das Goswami is Swarup Pera Raghu or Raghunath of Swarup Damodar. For 5 days, Raghunātha Das Goswami took prasadam at the temple, but later he would stand at the Simhadwar gate and eat only whatever he could gather by alms. Later he lived by taking alms from various chatras or food distributing centers. When Raghunāth's father received news of this, he sent some men and money, but Raghunātha Das Goswami refused to accept the money. Understanding that Raghunātha Das Goswami was living by begging from the chatras, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu presented him with his own Gunjamala and a stone from Govardhan hill. Thereafter, Raghunātha Das Goswami used to eat rejected food that he had collected and washed. This renounced life greatly pleased both Swarup Damodar Goswami and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. One day, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took by force some of the same food, thus blessing Raghunātha Das Goswami for his renunciation. Verse 1. Kripa gunair yah kugrid handha kupad udritya bhangya Raghunātha dasam nyasya swarupe vidadhe antar angam Shri Krishna Chaitanyam amum prapadye. With the ropes of his causeless mercy, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu employed a trick to deliver Raghunātha Das Goswami from the blind well of contemptible family life. He made Raghunātha Das Goswami one of his personal associates, placing him under the charge of Swarup Damodar Goswami. I offer my obeisances unto him. Verse 2. Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya, Jai Nityananda, Jai Advaita Chandra, Jai Gaur Bhakt Vrinda. All glories to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all glories to Lord Nityananda, all glories to Sri Advaita Acharya, and all glories to all the devotees of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Verse 3. Mata Gaurachandra Bhakt Gana Sange Nilachale Nana Lila Kare Nana Range. Thus Lord Gaurachandra performed various pastimes with his associates at Jagannath Puri in varieties of transcendental pleasure. Verse 4. Yadyapi Antare Krishna Viyog Badhaye Bahire Na Prakashaye Bhakta Dukha Bhai. Although Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu felt pangs of separation from Krishna, he did not manifest his feelings externally, for he feared the unhappiness of his devotees. Verse 5. Utkat Viraha Dukha Yabe Bahiraye Tabe Ye Vaikalya Prabhur Varnan Na Yai. The transformations undergone by the Lord when he manifested severe unhappiness due to separation from Krishna cannot be described. Verse 6. Ramanandera Krishna Katha Swarupera Gan Viraha Vedanaya Prabhur Rakhaye Parana. When the Lord acutely felt pangs of separation from Krishna, only Sri Ramananda Rai's talks about Krishna and the sweet songs of Sarup Damodar kept him alive. Verse 7. Dine Prabhu Nana Sange Haya Anya Mana Ratri Kale Bade Prabhur Viraha Vedana. Because the Lord associated with various devotees during the day, his mind was somewhat diverted, but at night the pangs of separation from Krishna increased very rapidly. Verse 8. Tandra Sukha Hetu Sange Rahe Dui Jana Krishna Rasal Shloka Gite Karena Santvana. Two people, Ramananda Rai and Sarup Damodar Goswami, stayed with the Lord to pacify him by citing various verses about Krishna's pastime and by singing appropriate songs for his satisfaction. Verse 9. Subala Yaiche Purve Krishna Sukhera Sahai Gaura Sukha Dana Hetu Taiche Ramarai. Previously, when Lord Krishna was personally present, Subal, one of his cowherd boyfriends, gave him happiness when he felt separation from Radharani. Similarly, Ramananda Rai helped give happiness to Lord Sri Caitanya Mahāprabhu. Verse 10. Purve Yaiche Radhar Lalita Sahai Pradhan Taiche Swarup Gosani Rakhe Mahāprabhu Pran. Previously, when Srimati Radharani felt the pangs of separation from Krishna, her constant companion Lalita kept her alive by helping her in many ways. Similarly, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu felt Radharani's emotions, Sarup Damodar Goswami helped him maintain his life. Verse 11. E dui janar saubhagyas kahana nayai prabhur antaranga bali yanre loke gai. To describe the fortunate position of Ramananda Rai and Sarup Damodar Goswami is extremely difficult. They were renowned as intimately confidential friends of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Verse 12. E mata vihare gauran lena bhakta gana Raghunātha milana ebeshuna bhakta gana. The Lord thus enjoyed his life with his devotees. O devotees of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, now hear how Raghunātha Das Goswami met the Lord. Verse 13. Purve Shantipuri Raghunātha yabe aila Mahaprabhu Kripa Kari Tanre Shikhaila. When Raghunātha Das during his family life went to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Shantipur, the Lord gave him worthy instructions by his causeless mercy. Verse 14. Prabhu Shikshate Tenho Nij Ghare Yae Markat Vairagya Chadi Haila Vishayi Pray. Instead of becoming a so-called renunciant, Raghunātha Das, following the instructions of Lord, returned home and played exactly like a pounds and shillings man. Verse 15. Bhitare Vairagya Bahire Kare Sarva Karma Dekhiya Ta Mata Pitar Anandit Mana. Raghunātha Das was inwardly completely renounced, even in family life, but he did not express his renunciation externally. Instead, he acted just like an ordinary businessman. Seeing this, his father and mother were satisfied. Verse 16. Mathura haite Prabhu aila varta yabe paila Prabhu Pashak Chali Bare Udyog Karila. When he received a message that Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had returned from Mathura city, Raghunātha Das endeavored to go to the lotus feet of the Lord. Verse 17. He nakale mulukera Ekam lechadikari saptagrama mulukere se haya chaudhuri. At that time, there was a Muslim official collecting the taxes of Saptagram. Purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Formerly, when the Muslim government was in power, the person appointed tax collector would collect the taxes of the local zamindars or landlords. He would keep 1/4 of the collection for himself as profit, and the balance he would deliver to the treasury of the government. Verse 18, Hiranya dāsa muluka nīla makrari kariya tar adhikar gela mare se dekhiya. When Hiranya dāsa Raghunātha Das's uncle made an agreement with the government to collect taxes, the Muslim Chaudhary or tax collector, having lost his position, became extremely envious of him. Verse 19, Bar Laksha Deya Rajaya Sadhe Bish Laksha Se Turuk Kichuna Pana Haila Pratipaksha. Hiranya Das was collecting 2 million coins and therefore should have delivered 1,500,000 to the government. Instead, he was giving only 1,200,000, thus making an extra profit of 300,000 coins. Seeing this, the Muslim Chaudhary, who was a Turk, became his rival. Verse 20, Rajya Ghare Kaifiyat Diya Ujre Anil Hiranya dāsa Palaila Raghunāthere Bandhila. After sending a confidential account to the government treasury, the Chaudhary brought the minister in charge. The Chaudhary came wanting to arrest Hiranya Das, but Hiranya Das had left home. Therefore, the Chaudhary arrested Raghunātha Das. Verse 21, Pratidina Raghunāthe Karaye Bhartsana Bap Jethare An Nahe Paiba Yatana. Every day the Muslims would chastise Raghunātha Das and tell him, bring your father and his elder brother, otherwise you will be punished. Verse 22, Marite ane yadi dekhe Raghunāthe mana phiri yaye tabe na pare marite. The Chaudhary wanted to beat him, but as soon as he saw Raghunāth's face, his mind changed and he could not beat him. Verse 23, Vishesh Kayast Budhaye Antare Kare Dar Mukhe Tarje Garje Marite Sabhaye Antara. Indeed, the Chaudhary was afraid of Raghunātha Das because Raghunātha Das belonged to the Kayast community. Although the Chaudhary would chastise him with oral vibrations, he was afraid to beat him. But Raghunātha Das belonged to a very aristocratic family of Kayast community. He had substantial influence with the local people, and therefore the Chaudhary or the minister was afraid to beat him. Superficially, he would chastise Raghunātha Das with threatening vibrations, but he did not beat him. The members of the Kayast community in India are generally very intelligent and expert in business management. Formerly, they were most government officers. They were mentioned even by Yajnavalakya, as quoted by Shri Bhaktivedanta Thakur in his Amrit Prabha Bhashya. Chata Taskara Durvritair Maha Sahaskadibhi Pidyamana Praja Rakshet Kayasthesh Cha Visheshtaha. From this verse, it appears that the government officials of the Kayast community would sometimes chastise the citizens, and thus it was the duty of the king to protect the people in general from atrocities of the Kayasts in Bengal. The Kayast community is honored almost as much as Brahman community, but in the upcountry in India, the Kayasts are considered Shudras because they generally eat meat and drink wine. In any case, from history, the Kayasts appear very intelligent. Thus, the Muslim Chaudhary was afraid of Raghunātha Das because he belonged to Kayast community. Verse 24, Tabe Raghunāth Kichu Chintila Upay Vinati Kariya Kahe Se Mlecha Pai. While this was going on, Raghunātha Das thought of a tricky method of escape. Thus, he humbly submitted this plea at the feet of the Muslim Chaudhary. Verse 25, Amar Pita Jetha Haya Tomar Dui Bhai 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 Tomar Tumara Kalaha Kar Sarvadai. My dear sir, my father and his elder brother are your brothers. All brothers always fight about something. Verse 26, Kabhu Kalaha Kabhu Priti Ihar Nishchay Nai Kali Punaha Teen Bhai Haiba Ek Thani. Sometimes brothers fight among themselves and sometimes they have very friendly dealings. There is no certainty when such changes will take place. Thus I am sure that although today you are fighting, tomorrow you three brothers will be sitting together in peace. Verse 27, Ami yaiche pitar taiche tumar balak, Ami tumar palya tumi amar palak. Just as I am my father's son, so I am also yours. I am your dependent and you are my maintainer. Verse 28, Palakahena palyere tadite na yuyai tumi sarva shastra jan jinda pir parai. For a maintainer to punish the person he maintains is not good. You are expert in all scriptures. Indeed, you are like a living saint. Verse 29, Eta shuni se malechera mana ardra haila dadi vahi ashru pade kandite lagila. When the Muslim heard Raghunātha's appealing voice, his heart softened. He began to cry and tears glided down his beard. Verse 30, Lecha bale aji haite tumi mor putra aji chadaimu toma kari ek sutra. The Muslim Chaudhary told Raghunātha, you are my son from this day on. Today, by some means, I shall have you released. Verse 31, Ujre kahiya Raghunāthe chadaila Priti kari Raghunāthe kahite lagila. After informing the minister, the Chaudhary released Raghunātha and then began to speak to him with great affection. Verse 32, Tomara jetha nirbudhi ashtalaksha khai ami bhagi amare kichu dibare yuyai. Your father's elder brother is less intelligent, he said. He enjoys 800,000 coins, but since I am also a shareholder, he should give some portion of it to me. Verse 33, Yah tumi tomar jethare milah amare ye mate bhal khaye karuna bhar dilun tanre. Now you go arrange a meeting between me and your uncle. Let him do whatever he thinks best. I shall completely depend on his decision. Verse 34, Raghunāth asi tabi jethare milaila mlecha sahita vasha kaila sab shanta haila. Raghunāth Das arranged a meeting between his uncle and the Chaudhary, and the matter was settled and everything was peaceful. Verse 35, E mata Raghunāthera vatsareka gela dvitiya vatsare palaite mankaila. In this way, Raghunāth Das passed 1 year exactly like a first-class business manager, but the next year he again decided to leave home. Verse 36, Ratre uthi ekela chalila palana Dur haite pita tanre anila dhariya. He got up alone one night and left, but his father caught him in a distant place and brought him back. Verse 37, Ratre waiting for my next verse to load up. I think the internet has become slow. So we'll have to finish our reading here. We'll continue reading from verse 37 from chapter 6 next time. Hare Krishna and happy Shayana Ekadashi to everyone.